This is Sean Finney. We are here with Press Pass LA at the People's Choice Awards nominations. 72 million people voted, and we cannot wait to find out who the nominees are. You got to stay tuned for this. It's for you guys, the people. Christina, how are you feeling? You look amazing. There's no surprise. Woman of many talents. What are you most excited about the People's Choice Awards?
What I'm most excited about with the People's Choice Awards is the variety of different categories. I mean, now they've opened it up for social media, which is a huge, platform now. Sometimes that matters even more than what we're seeing on television or on the radio. That's what's special about social media and about the internet. It's about the people and that direct connection with what they like. Yeah. So that's what People's Choice is about. I feel very fortunate that we are nominated for my show Grandfathered, and we couldn't ask for better. I mean, the boys are total social media junkies, just like I am. Yeah.
And Good afternoon, Tony. What does it still feel like to be nominated by the people?
This is incredible because it is the people who've decided and voted, not necessarily the industry. So I feel really grateful that they are watching the show and that they're watching the character and that they love Leanne, and that makes me just feel really grateful.
Yeah. And they added social media this year. How do you feel about that?
I think it's really interesting. It's a different art style. It's a different age group. And they have finessed learning how to grow a fan base. I'd like to learn from them. I mean, I may be too challenged to figure out Twitter and all that, but it's interesting that they've learned the kind of a voice that is resonant with people.
Yeah. And they also have the Music Icon Award. How do you feel about Madonna, Prince, everyone being nominated in the same category? How do you differentiate between icons?
I don't know how you differentiate between artists ever, because art is art and each place has its own value. But Stevie Wonder, Madonna, Beyonce, I mean, they're all, Taylor Swift, they're all performers who move us. So what's to differentiate? Yeah.
And one last question. Any advice for someone who's attempting to get into the business? What would you say that they would need to know? 2 things they would need to know.
I would have said an education and a real learning about the world and knowledge of themselves. But today I might have to say they had better know Twitter. They better know how to do Twitter as well.
The thing is it to be a part of the People's Choice Awards. Just to read off the nominations, you know how important it is for the people to vote.
It is. I mean, I remember last year being a new show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was nominated, I was nominated. It was all very exciting. This year, oh well.
Yeah.
But I am so happy for all the other nominees, because in reality, that's all we all do it for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our common ground. We're here to entertain the fans and make them, fall in love with our characters and our storylines and touch them and inspire them in some way. Yes. And they return their love in kind.
Yes. And you spoke about, speaking of social media, you spoke about how you guys have to tweet a lot and reach out to the fans. What is it like to live in a time where the fans have such a voice?
I think it's great. For me, I come from theater, and so Twitter, in a way, is sort of like live theater, because when the show airs, you're hearing the response of the audience immediately. And to me, I enjoy that very much, because otherwise we sort of live in this little bubble where we create the shows and we air it, and we really don't have any idea until the ratings come out. Yeah. But you don't hear what they're really thinking. And that's what's so great about social media.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Raza, we're talking about the People's Choice Awards. What does it mean to have the people vote? 72 million people have voted. What do you think that means?
It's just extraordinary. We go to a lot of ceremonies. We're very lucky in that way, and we'll talk an awful lot about what we do to make the show that people see. But all of that's nothing unless people are actually watching our show and telling us whether they like it or not. So to be involved with a ceremony like this, which is all about people speaking, is a really wonderful thing. And we're very glad that they've chosen to say, we like what you're doing, Code Black. We're watching your show. And we love Marcia Gay Harden and all the other extraordinary actors and actresses who are nominated as well.
What does it feel like as an artist to be nominated, to be recognized for the work and the hard work that you put in?
Again, it's we make this first and foremost for our audience. The show is nothing without that. So it means a great deal for people to vote in this way for us. So we hope they'll vote, and we hope they'll vote with their feet by watching our show week in, week out as well. Come and watch Code Black Wednesdays 10 o'clock on CBS.
mean to you? People's Choice Awards.
People are people. So no, that they mean people are human beings that have hearts and souls, and they have opinions, and they got to vote today, or over the last many months, and they were heard, and I got to be a part of that, and that's amazing. Yes.
Thor 3.
I have no idea. I know that Chris Hemsworth is going to be in it, and it's going to shoot in Australia.
Inside scoop.
And that's all I know. They haven't told me anything else.
Okay.
Ragnarok.
You're hopeful.
I'm very hopeful. I'd love that the Warriors 3 would get to be a part of it. I'd love to go shoot in Australia and keep playing Fandral. He's such a great character. Yes, you.
What does it mean to bring heroes back and for it to be nominated by the people again?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, when I heard it was going to be made, I immediately reached out to my people and said, hey, I think that'd be a cool thing to be a part of. And I was a fan of the original, and we were all on Monday nights together when I was doing Chuck, and then they felt good about me, and so we did it, and we just wrapped it, and now people have said, hey, we really like you in that show, and we really like the show. And it's like, hey, well, that worked out pretty well. So, yeah, I'm really humbled by it. I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait for January to see if I can beat John Stamos.
You got this. You got this. That's a wrap at the People's Choice Awards nominations. My name is Sean with Press Pass LA. Make sure to tune in and vote on peopleschoice.com and tune in January to find out who wins.